Do your children go to school in Melbourne? Are you interested in how their school might be shaping them for the future? I'm Crystal, a regular Melbourne mum interested in all things to do with schools. In this podcast, I want to talk to the people in the education system in Melbourne, including parents, students, and maybe even some principals to get a better understanding of what goes on in schools and how they're shaping our kids. It's time to go to school on the Melbourne Schools podcast. Hi parents, welcome to the Melbourne Schools podcast. Today I have with me a lovely guest, Madeleine. Madeleine is an ex-MLC student, graduating last year in 2025 as Vice Captain of MLC. Whilst at MLC, she did the IB diploma in year 11 and 12 and graduated as Duck Secondee. She also did a whole host of extracurriculars, which I'm excited to chat to her about. Maddie now studies a Bachelor of Science at Melbourne University. Welcome, Maddie.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for coming on. First of all, I wanted to congratulate you on finishing year 12 last year in such a spectacular way.
I appreciate that. It was a bit of a struggle.
It was a struggle. I can imagine. Look, you did IB, you're the Duck Secondee, you were vice captain as well. That's amazing.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
How did you fit it all in?
Google Calendar. I feel like I just got kind of into a bit of a routine, going to the library after school, and then kind of just fitting extracurriculars around that and that sort of thing. So it was tiring, but it wasn't necessarily a conscious effort. It was more just okay, this is what I'm going to do now. This is what I'm going to later. So it was good. I had a good process going.
Yeah, that's amazing. You must have amazing time management skills now. No?
On occasion.
You must do. I'd love to hear about your journey at MLC. I read in your profile on MLC that you transitioned there relatively late in year 9.
Yes.
Can you tell us a bit about your education journey, why you moved to MLC, and how you found it?
Yeah, of course. So my mum and a lot of my family, cousins, aunts and stuff, all went to MLC and they all had a really good time. So it was kind of assumed from birth that I would go to MLC or a similar school. Mm-hmm. And then in year 5 or year 6, we did a bunch of tours of the kind of private school precinct sort of area. Mm-hmm. And then we decided, we'll probably, because it's obviously expensive, we said I will go at some point, but it probably won't be from year 7. So I went to Canterbury Girls Secondary College.
Yes.
I thought I really, really enjoyed. I was in the SEAL program, and I thought it was really, really excellent. And then in year 8, I ended up getting a scholarship to MLC. So that that I could go a bit earlier. Rather than going probably in year 11. So then
so was the plan to go in year 11?
Yeah.
Radio.
A little bit later. So it kind of
how much later?
Yeah. It kind of all worked out pretty well.
So you joined in year 9. So that's the year of Marshmead, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
And also you had a really good, I think I had a little, maybe not an interview, but a sit down with the relevant staff member before I went, and they were talking about because you're moving in year 9, most people, because we get Marshmead preferences, most people get they don't really get to choose, they just put preferences, but we'll put you in either term 3 or term 4, so you have time to make friends, etc.
Okay.
And then they kind of talked about the pros and cons, they're sometimes people go in term 2 because it means that they get solidified really easy. I was okay, cool. So I put in that I would go either term 3 or term 4, and then I ended up going in term 4, which is what I think a lot of people that moved in year 9 did as well.
Okay. Just for people who haven't heard of Marshmead before, can you just give us a bit of an overview of what happens in Marshmead and what happens in year 9 at MLC?
Of course. So it's an 8-week camp. So for one term, 1/4 of the year level, goes off to the campus on Malakuta, and it's sort of like it's not like you're learning your maths and like those type of things. Like you do have classes every day, but it's about like Indigenous culture, sustainability, like something
Mm.
more holistic, and then the rest of the time spent like you cook for yourself in your dorm. And like you go on different hikes and different like we went kayaking. There are things called like expeditions.
Mm.
We went like paddleboarding, and then there were runs like a few times a week.
So very outdoorsy.
Yes, very outdoors. Um, and I don't know, it was yeah, I would say it was like probably one of like the best experiences of my high school time. Like it was just so incredible. Like I feel like I learned so obviously I learned like a lot of like concrete objective knowledge, but I feel like I learned a lot more like social skills,
Mm.
like, living with because I'm like an only child. So living
Right.
with like seven other teenage girls.
Yeah.
It
Yep.
was, it was really awesome, and it was a really, really well run because obviously they've been doing it for
Mm.
like 50 years, maybe, or maybe 30, but it's been going
Mm-hmm.
on for a
A
really long
long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they know what they're doing.
Yes.
Ah, okay. But that would have been a huge transition for you. Like, I mean, moving from another school and then pretty much, I mean, almost straight away into this camp, like this
Mm.
huge camp in year nine.
It was, I'd say it was pretty well managed, and also
Mm-hmm.
because I was really worried that like sort of everyone would know each other, but I think sort of
Yeah.
in kind of worked in my favor. I guess in that year 7 and 8, it was lockdown, so a lot of
Oh, right.
like a lot, so it kind of I'm not sure whether it's like specific to that, but a lot of people were like had like they knew a lot of people, but they hadn't met everyone. So a lot of
Mm.
like if I was when I was new, and like other people found this as well, like people didn't necessarily know you're new because it's like a big year level.
Right. Oh, okay. Because it's such a big year
Yeah,
level. Is that right? Yep. Okay.
I'd say like that was probably specific to lockdown because when other people came in like year 10 or year 11, it was like, oh, okay, this is like a new person. Like not any
Mm.
critique around that, but it was more like, okay.
Yep.
So I'd
Yep.
say it was very well managed, and also the school put in a lot of like different programs and like different things. Like everyone who was new, we came a day earlier, so we got to like meet each other. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it
Is
was
that at the beginning of year nine before you
yes,
started? Ah,
yes,
okay.
it was like very well managed, um,
Yeah.
which
That
is
transition is something because I went on a tour of MLC and just to see what it was like. That transition for new students, I think, is quite comprehensive at MLC. Would you
yeah,
say that? Yeah, because spoke to somebody about that, one of the staff members about how new students are welcomed in, and it seems like a really comprehensive
absolutely.
process.
They also like made sure to put new people in like the same home group as other new people. So it's
Mm,
like you at
and that
least like
works.
yeah, exactly. So it's not like you're the only one, or like at least you like have a familiar face and that type of thing. But yeah, I 100% agree. It was very well managed.
Mm. So MLC is a really big school, I think. Is that right? Do you know how many students? There's about, is it
Well, I should know because I was an ambassador.
2,000?
I feel
Is it
like, yeah, I reckon
2,000?
it's 2000. I don't know whether that's from like prep to year 12 or like year 7 to year 12.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. But
My year
yeah,
had about 300, so like
but it's big. It's
yes,
big for a girls only school. I think it might be probably the biggest girls school,
maybe.
private girls school. Because most of them are quite small.
Hmm.
My impression of MLC is that it's really big.
Okay.
And because it's so big, it's also very accepting of lots of different kinds of girls and
100.
can cater to, whatever your girl likes to do, whatever your daughter likes to do. Like, is she academic? Is she sporty? Is she creative? Would you say, I mean, that's my impression of MLC. I mean, I haven't been a parent there or haven't, I really don't know anybody who goes there, but that's my impression.
Yeah.
Would you say that that's correct?
Yeah, 100%. I'd say like there are so many different like extracurricular and like options, and they're very, very like supportive of like you doing what you're interested in. Like I remember, I think like a while back, someone wanted to learn bagpipes, so they
Wow.
they got like a bagpipe teacher. That's kind of I don't know. It's kind of like a cool example of how like
Yeah.
they're very not necessarily like individualized, but there's definitely like a lot of opportunities for different people and different people to like do what they want. And also like within the year level, even though I'd say like it's very, very connected, like I wouldn't say that it kind of fits into like the cliquey like private school stereotype. But
Okay.
I'd say like there's definitely rooms within that like sort of broader like supportive network to find your niche or like your people
Mm.
close with.
Yep, yep. So there'd be about 200 kids in a year level, I would
Yeah, something like
imagine. Yeah, yeah, that's quite huge. Some parents, I think, also worry that it is a bit too big, and that quieter kids or not as extroverted kids will get a bit lost in the crowd. Do you think that that happens, or do you think have you seen that happen?
I don't think so. Like
Hmm.
to be honest, I don't think I've seen that. Um, I think it's probably because the amount of kids is sort of like matched with the amount of staff. Like
Hmm.
it's not like it's like a school that you're like, oh, we're just adding kids. Like they're also adding staff in that.
Right.
So there's
Yeah. Yeah.
it's very like you have your home group teacher who knows you very well because it's like a class of like I'd say like, I think it's under 20 or something like that. And
Ah,
then you
right.
also have like a house teacher and then like like your subject teachers. Like it's very there are even though it is a big school, it's like there are definitely people that like know you and
Hmm.
like there are different like levels of like connection. So I would say even though it is a big school, I'd say it's very well managed. And I personally haven't like seen any like standout examples of people getting lost.
So there's quite a lot of support as well as being quite a
Yes,
lot of
100%.
students. Yeah, yeah. What sort of extracurriculars did you get into? Because I heard that you did like tons of stuff while you were there.
I did like yes, so I did a lot of oratory, like I did debating, model UN, I did sports, so I did like cross country, athletics, the house programs, so like cheer, drama,
Uh-huh.
music, like chess. Or I also played clarinet, so I had like lessons at school, and then I
Yep.
also was across my 4 years. I did like a bunch of different ensembles. Um,
Oh. Is this
yeah,
all at the same time? Like you did all of this stuff at the same
yeah, there were points where I was
Really?
yeah. So yes, I was quite involved, and then obviously like in year 12, I'd say that I just did like kind of like I think I did maybe like kind of one from each category.
One, yeah, all right. So
Like
like
I
one sport and
Yeah,
what?
yeah, and then
Yeah.
like obviously, I feel like the house program very big part of it.
Hmm.
So because that people are very involved in that. Like I think
What
there
is the
was
house program?
oh, of course, sorry. So you're in like a house,
Yeah.
and then you have like house meetings. I think it's maybe like every fortnight or every month. I'm kind of
Mm.
like forgetting the specific, but it is pretty frequently,
Okay.
like within your year level or
Mm.
within like your school. So it would be like year 11 and 12, and then year 8 and 9. So there's like that's pretty frequently, and then that's like a good way for you to get to know like people of within your house, and also all of your home group is
Mm.
in your house. And
Mm.
then alongside that, there are obviously like the compulsory things like house athletics, house cross country, like house singing, those type of
Mm.
things. But then there are so many different like other house like inter competitions. Like cheer is really massive. Like a
Mm. Is that like cheerleading?
it's kind of more like I recommend like watching a video. It's so cool, but it's like
Oh, okay.
a dance type thing. So
Like
rather than
cheerleading, dancing?
well, it's like
Kind of. Okay.
yeah, kind of. So it's like all these like different like dances and formations and those type.
Mm.
That's like
Okay.
one of the big events. And there's like
Yeah.
house lunchtime sport every term, which is like there's like dodgeball and those type of things. But yeah, there are heaps and heaps of different like house activities, and I'd say it's strong, and it's I think it's even getting like stronger now, like
Mm.
the COVID.
Mm. Mm. I think sport is a big thing at MLC. Is that right?
Yeah, 100%. Because
Yeah.
we're part of the like GSV
Right.
um like circle. So at every term there's maybe like 3 or 4 sports,
Yeah.
like cross country, volleyball, those type of things. And that is very big.
Mm. Would you say like a girl is not very sporty, for example me, would you would you say MLC would be still a good fit, or like would they,
Yeah,
how
100%. I'd say so because there are so many. Because obviously that with such like a wide year group, it's
mm,
like a spectrum of like the.
hmm
I mean,
sportiness?
yeah, 100%. There's like the international athletes, and then there's like
Yeah, yeah,
yeah. I
yeah.
would say it's not necessarily like sport is an explicit focus, but
Uh-huh.
it's more like it's part of the culture. But just because you don't partake in that doesn't mean you're
Mm.
not part of the culture.
Yeah, so it's encouraged though,
Yeah.
like to try sport.
Or at least like be active.
Mm, mm. Um, what I really wanted to ask you about is the IB program at
Oh,
MLC. Yeah, I'm really interested because I mean IB is known as such a full-on academic pathway,
mm.
and you managed to do that as well as like all this other stuff all at the same time. Like, how did you manage, and how did you find it?
Yeah, awesome. So I absolutely loved the IB program.
Yeah.
I think one of the good things about MLC is that anyone can do like the International Baccalaureate program. I know
Mm,
that like some other schools, there's sort of like an entry requirement of like you have to
hmm
have this like certain mark to get in, whereas
hmm
MLC is very much like we're going to give you the information about like the VCE, the VM, and then the IB, and then
mm,
you choose, and it's sort of which means that like people like can do it for all of its benefits rather than just like the academic like
mm.
of it. So I'd
Okay.
say it was incredibly well run. Like we have a really good IB coordinator. Shout out Miss.
Mm,
So uh, we also had I think it was 60 girls in comparison to like the year level of 300. So it was definitely
hmm
a significant. I mean, obviously it's like a bit not everyone, but it's
Not
like
everyone, yeah.
not like a very small community.
hmm
And then you had all of your different IB teachers, and I think MLC's been doing IB for I'm not sure how long, but quite a while. So
hmm
all of the IB teachers are really good. Like
hmm
they know exactly like what all of the
What suits?
assessments are, like what the IB is looking for, and then also because the whole kind of like the way IB is advertised is that it's meant to be like a development of like you and like your learning abilities rather than simply just like learning and then regurgitating. So like the
hmm
IB teachers taught the course in a way that kind of meant like we're not just explicitly giving it to you, like we are going to encourage like your critical thinking. Obviously like
hmm
with frameworks, but yeah, and then a really good part of that was like the extended essay program. Like we had
Mm.
a lot of like information sessions about like what it is, here are some examples, and then we had a while to like think about what topic we're going to choose, talk to our teachers, and then we like put in our little application. And I think I don't know of anyone who got theirs like rejected. And then you
Mm.
got matched with like a supervisor. All of the
hmm
supervisors were really good, and they were like there was a very good framework of like okay, this is when you probably should have your first meeting by. But again, like it is like self-directed, so
hmm
it was very much like we're going to give you like all of the resources you can do to succeed, but it's not like we're like going to spoon feed you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I absolutely loved the IB program. But it was I think it's probably in terms of like academics or like critical like development of thought, I'd say it's probably like one of the best things that MLC offers.
Mm.
I don't know, I just feel like myself and like those around me that were doing it experienced like a lot of like a lot more like broader world thinking, I guess.
Mm.
Like you're not just like learning for the sake of like a mark. I feel like because you're learning over 2 years, like you're kind of you have the opportunity to like make mistakes and like kind of like develop your like skills and stuff. Like for
hmm
example, for in year 11, like I just really did not like get the like I just did not get English at all. Like because it was like the way that they ask like the question like the exams they give you are very much not like oh you're year 10 like here's an essay. So I
Yeah.
was like
Yeah.
oh my god like I don't
What am I
I
gonna
don't
do?
I was like maybe if and then I was able to like get better over time. Especially
mm.
teachers, like they were so encouraging. Like no matter how many like practice things I gave them, they were like, okay, like oh, yeah. I'm like,
Try
yeah,
again.
exactly. So I was very supportive, and I think I'm not
Yeah.
sure whether it's like specific to the IB or specific to MLC, but there's definitely a
Mm.
lot of opportunity for growth.
So the assessment is based on the one exam at the end, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's like 80% of your mark are your two exams at the end of year 12, and then 20% of your mark is something called an IA, which is it's like kind of like it's like a project or an essay, and then you work on that either in year 11 or in year 12.
Oh,
So
is
for
that
example,
separate from extended essay?
yes, so extended
Oh,
essays like
okay.
so you have 6 subjects in IB, one from each category, so like one maths, one language, one science, etc.
hmm
And your IA is like a project within that. So for English, it's an oral, and then for politics, it was like a research report, um, and like a field report type of thing.
Mm.
And then on top of all of your subjects and all of your
Mm.
then you have your extended essay, which you work on over, I think it was like maybe 8 months, like from kind of like middle of year 11 to like term 1 of year 12. And then you have like the TOK program and theory of knowledge. And then on top of that, like within that, sorry, you have one exhibition, which is where you have like a prompt, and then you get 3 objects that you want to talk about in relation to the prompt, and then you kind of like discuss what each object says about the prompt and like counterclaims and those type of things. And then you also have an essay, which is like a response.
Sounds really full on. I also did the IB, but a long time ago. I don't remember some of that stuff.
Maybe they.
I think it might be different now. Yeah.
They said they're not tired enough. We need to
exactly. It's not hard enough. Why did you choose it? Like, why did you choose to do IB?
Well, I was very. I don't know. I thought it sounded so interesting. Like, it was kind of more about like you as a learner rather than, I don't know, just like retaining information. And also, it's very like the cohort and stuff is so like supportive, because obviously in VC like you're ranked against each other, so there's like an element of like maybe not consciously, but there's an element of like we are competing, like
that's interesting. Okay,
I know, which is not necessarily something that I saw at MLC, like maybe in like the earlier parts. So it's kind of like it's not like, obviously there were study groups and stuff in like VC, but it's not like super encouraged, I guess. Whereas in like the IB, it's like, you know, rising tide lifts all boats. So it was very much like everyone's
together.
Exactly. Like everyone's giving each other feedback. Everyone's like being like, oh, you can borrow my flashcards, like that kind of thing. And we was like explicitly encouraged like to help each other. I don't know. I just thought I'm sure that happens also in VCE, but I thought the IB was sort of designed in a way to encourage that.
Oh, that's really interesting. I never thought about that. I mean, as you know, like you only do one pathway, so I don't know anything about VCE. Yeah, that's interesting. Just back to MLC, like just overall, what would you say that the culture is like? Like, what is there like a typical kind of MLC girl?
I mean, I guess there are sort of like, I'd say it's like quite welcoming. I mean, obviously there's like variety, but I don't think there's necessarily like a stereotype. And if there is, it's probably wrong because like, stereotypes are. I don't know. Yeah. I'd say it's quite welcoming. There are it's like designed to make, the way it's designed is like you will likely like find your people. I guess there's like so many different things to do, and also you're like with your subjects and stuff, like I think you have electives in year 9 and in year 10, so it's like you're always going to be, it's like designed in a way that you're going to be meeting people that have like similar interests and that kind of things. But yeah, so I'd say it is very welcoming. I mean, obviously there's exceptions, but I'd say like overall.
Yeah. What would you say that you enjoyed the most during your time at MLC?
I'd say maybe like the one experience was probably Marshmead.
Really?
I'd say I don't know, it's very transformative.
Yeah.
It's good that it's like kind of done relatively early within the like high school journey. But I'd say more of like a kind of vibe based. I don't know, I just really liked like being with my friends and like just
at Marshmead.
Sorry, like
just in general.
Yeah. Especially in IB, because we got trauma bonded. Like,
yes.
Like I really enjoyed just like sitting around lunches, like talking to people, or even like before exams, like everyone would be like, but you're like,
everybody stresses out together.
Exactly. I'd say the IB, and more specifically, like the people in the IB program, is something that I really enjoyed.
Do you miss that now that you're at uni? Because it's very different now, wouldn't it be?
I definitely miss the people.
Yeah.
I'm lucky enough to be going to like a college, so it's kind of like, I mean, obviously it's not the same, but it's like quite similar, I guess. Like everyone is like always interacting, and like you get quite close because you're living together. So I'd say not the same, but I'd say that has like similar elements that I enjoy. But yes, I absolutely do miss like the, you know, collective camaraderie.
Do you feel that MLC sort of set you up as a person? Like, how do you reckon it helped you in your like personal development, and also like with what you're doing now? Because you're studying at uni now. Like, do
Yes.
you think it helped you with your
Yes, I would say so. I'd say
journey?
there's lots of like frameworks and things that they do, especially
Mm.
in the later years. Like there's lots and lots of like information sessions. Like they have the unis like visit you, or like yesterday I spoke at like a panel at Melbourne Uni where like they do like tours, or like they have like open days where they bring MLC students to like the different unis and like talk
Mm.
to people that are there, and then like do a tour, talk to like staff members and stuff. So and then I don't know, I just think it's very like forward thinking, like
Mm.
know about what is what life is going to be like in the future.
Yeah. I feel like you made the most of your time at MLC. Like, I mean, I feel like, you took on all the different opportunities that were available. And, yeah, I mean, that's such a great way to spend your teenage years.
Yeah, it was.
Um, yeah. How about in terms of studying, like for uni? Like, I mean, I've heard some parents say that, private schools, they spoon feed you, and, you don't, once you get to uni, you really struggle. I mean,
Mm,
I think that can be valid sometimes, because at uni, you're really, surprisingly
of
left
course.
on your own a lot of the
Yeah,
time.
that is true.
And if you don't
I
turn
would
up, nobody cares. So,
I would say I don't know about VC, but I'd say IB. It's very much like kind of not spoon feedy. Like I mean,
mm,
obviously, like the private, so like a private school, so like, they make the most of like every resource, and they like do want you to do really well. But
mm,
I'd say like it was done in a way that's like, here we're going to give you the resources and like the opportunities for you to do really well. But it's not like some other things I've heard where they're like giving you orals to do, or like like it's very much like designed in a way that like you are the learner.
right. It's
And
not pushy. It's not
yeah,
like they don't push you to, you have to do this.
no, I wouldn't say so. I'd say it's more like encouragement. And then
Yep.
I've talked to a lot of my friends who did VC as well, and they've said
Mm,
like similar things. Like they said like that the change has been like difficult, but not necessarily because like they don't know, like they can't learn without like a school. It's more just like it's just very different. But
yeah, yeah,
I'd say they provide you with the resources to do well in high school and in uni.
yeah, yeah. Okay. Is there anything that you didn't like, or that you would change about your experience at MLC? Maybe if you were there for longer, perhaps.
Yeah, true.
You're only there for 3 years.
I don't know. I feel like maybe this is more like that's not on me, not about the school. I'd say I feel like there were times where I don't know, I was just like really excited to do everything.
Yeah.
It was like kind of just like doing a lot of things, and that was, I mean, obviously it was very fun at times, but it was tiring. But I don't think that's necessarily to do with the school. I think that's
Mm,
more just like um, me as me and like the choices that I made. But there's nothing.
mm,
I wouldn't say there's anything that I was like, oh, I don't like about that.
yeah.
That wouldn't be specific to a normal high school experience. You know what I
Mm,
mean? Like, there are obviously going to be like inconveniences along the way, or like things that annoy you, but I don't think it's really like
yeah. No
specific
regrets.
to MLC. I'd say it's more like the high school experience.
Right. Right. Have you continued all like your extracurriculars, like, or like, after you finish year 12?
I attend doing like like a fair few of different things, but not
Mm-hmm.
to the same extent. Like
Yeah.
I'm not doing music anymore, um,
Uh,
and like I'm not doing like competitive sport. I'm just like going to the gym and stuff. But
yeah.
yeah, I'm like I feel like I've continued like the things that I really cared about.
Oh, which were.
I don't know, just like kind of like the more like speaky ones. Like more
Oh,
like
okay.
I don't know.
Like
But
debating sort of thing,
yeah, like
or.
that kind of genre.
Ah. Ah,
I
okay.
mean maybe I'll pick up competitive sport and like music in the future. But I'd say
Yeah, maybe down the track.
maybe
I
down the
mean,
track. But
it's
yeah,
still
at the
early.
moment I was more just like, oh, I just want to get into uni. I want to enjoy.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's just early days now. Um, is there anything that I haven't asked you about that you would like to talk about your experience at MLC?
I don't think so. I'd say maybe any parent like kind of looking into it. I'd say just like do a tour. Like I feel like
Mm-hmm.
you get like a pretty good idea of different vibes, and because obviously
Mm,
I and I'm sure you can tell like I'm a big proponent. Like I am a big fan.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like obviously there might, for like people's specific children, there might be like benefits. Not necessarily
Yeah.
the school, but maybe just more like, oh, my child has like this specific trait that I think would match.
Yes.
If I just say like
Yeah.
do a bunch of different tours, and
Yeah.
but I am a fan of MLC.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like I always said, there's no one best school. Like, I mean, there's just, you just got to try your best to find the right fit for your child, and every child is different. So there's no point asking what's the best school.
And you can always change.
You can always change. That's so true, and you did it. Okay, well, thank you very much for your time, Madeleine. It's been such a pleasure talking to you. You sound like you're on this amazing journey already. Oh, one more question I wanted to ask you. How did you choose? What do you want to do in the future? Like, what? Yeah. Sorry, I should have asked you at the start.
Well, I had a bit of like a crisis because I was really into like sort of like the neuroscience, like I don't know, that type of vibe. So I was really, really set on going to Monash for a long time, and my mum was like, "It's so far away," blah blah blah, and I was like, "No, I want to go to Monash. I don't want to." Like, especially with like the Melbourne undergraduate model, I was like, "Oh, I don't want to like put all this effort into getting like an ATAR that I'm happy with, and then kind of just like do an undergraduate program and like use my ATAR." So I was quite set on going to Monash and doing like a double degree, like science and law, I think was what I was thinking about. And then I did like an open day at Melbourne. I was like, oh, like I'm a big fan. Like
you liked it.
So it was really beautiful. And then a bunch of people I was talking to were applying for ANU. And I found this really cool course that I was a big fan of. It was like neuroscience, psychology, and philosophy. I was like, that is perfect. Also, like they offered me a scholarship, and I was like, wow. Wow, this is so cool. But then I ended up applying because my mum went to Ormond, so I ended up applying
Ormond College.
Yes, Ormond College. And then I got in, and I was like, oh my gosh, like what do I do? Like, do I go to ANU? Do I go to
too many options? Yeah,
I know. I was like, this is so cool. But I ended up deciding I wanted to stay in Melbourne because I wanted to be like close with, like, to be able to like visit my family and like my high school friends and those type of things.
Yeah.
And then I ended up because I found out a bit about how Melbourne Uni does like graduate pathways. Like if you get a high enough ATAR, you can get a secured spot into like a master's program. So I ended up doing that for science and physio. So I was like, okay, I'm happy with that. Like I feel like my efforts aren't going to waste.
Right.
So that's why I ended up choosing Melbourne. But
right.
Yes, but everyone I talk to, the uni that they're at, they're really enjoying. So I don't know whether it's necessarily like that important which uni. I feel like it's more just like the uni experience. That's how I made my choice.
Okay, so you do this. So you're doing a Bachelor of Science at the moment with that pathway. Is that right? Like you were saying before.
3 years of science, and then a doctor or like a postgrad course of physio.
Oh, physio. Like the titles, yeah. Oh, and then you become a physiotherapist?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
But I feel like I don't know whether that's like actually something I really want to do, but I'm just okay. To like have that in the back of my mind of like that is an option.
Yeah.
That's something that I can do unless something else comes up. But at the moment I'm not really sure. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of things that are like changing in the world.
Yeah, that's true.
Like AI.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
Not really sure. But at the moment, I'm very happy in the course that I've chosen. I really like the people that I'm with and like the way that Melbourne Uni is designed. But we'll see. Future is uncertain.
I think the world is your oyster. Whatever happens in the world, I think you'll be fine.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
All right then. Well, thank you very much. I think I think that I've asked you all the questions I wanted to ask.
Wonderful.
Thank you for your time, Maddie. So lovely to meet you. Thanks for joining me on this podcast. Remember that the content that you hear on this podcast is of a general nature and should not be used to make any decisions about schools or anything else. If you want to learn more about schools in Melbourne, make sure you visit the website www.melbourneschools.com.au. You can also join thousands of other parents in our community at Melbourne Schools Discussion Group on Facebook. See you there.